Today we are going to install ComfyUI on the DGX Spark because we all know you just want to make Bigfoot videos.
Okay, so to get started, what we're going to end up doing is we have to open up our DGX Spark, and then we go to our terminal. Then we'll have our terminal up here, and then we'll be able to start installing Comfy. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump over here to the GitHub repo, and it's for the ComfyUI. And you can look at this, and that way you can kind of see what's going on, what you're actually getting ready to install. If you scroll down, it kind of shows you the interface with all the nodes. It does have a getting started section. And what we're really interested in, if we scroll all the way down towards the bottom, there's a NVIDIA section here, and it tells you how to install it. So, we have the TorchVision, TorchAudio, all that information here, and then in the end it has install the requirements. So we're going to install the torch, then we're going to install the requirements. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I like to put all my Python projects in a folder, so I'm going to have change my directory to my Python projects. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to git clone, and then I'm going to go ahead and clone that ComfyUI and put that link in there to the GitHub. And now I'm cloning ComfyUI to my Spark, so it's going to create a ComfyUI folder. So I'm going to go ahead and hit clear, and then I'm going to change into my ComfyUI folder by doing cd ComfyUI. And now I like to keep my Python clean, so I'm going to set up an environment for my Python, and we do that by typing in python-m to make, and then I'm going to make a Venv for my environment, and I'm going to name it Venv. And I like to keep these inside my project folders just to kind of keep everything a little bit isolated. So I'll go ahead and hit enter. And then we already made our Python environment. So to activate it, we're going to type in source venv /bin, and then we're going to type in activate. And we're going to be in our environment now, and you can tell because I got these parentheses over here that says Venv parentheses, so I know that I'm in my environment. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to clear this out. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I have the latest version of pip installed. So I'm going to do a pip install upgrade pip, and basically what we're doing is just make sure that we have the package manager to its newest version. And this prevents like install errors from old dependency handlings, and it's already safe to run in a new environment. So we'll just run that and make sure that we're updated. Once we're updated, we'll just hit clear and bring it back to the top. The next thing we want to do is we want to do pip install, and I like to do setup tools. And this just helps install and build Python packages. And then I also like to install the whale package, which allows installing pre-built binaries. So it can be much faster than compiling. And we'll go ahead and hit enter and make sure that's all up to date. So we'll go ahead and clear and bring this back up to the top. Next thing I'm going to do is, if you remember inside the GitHub, you have that big line of the TorchVision, and TorchAudio. I'm just going to paste that in here if I don't have to type it. And basically, Torch is just the core PyTorch it's the deep learning library. And then the TorchVision, that's for the image modeling and transforms. And then TorchAudio, you guessed it, it's for the audio utilities. So we'll go ahead and we'll run that and get that installed, and we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, so it's installed. So we're going to hit clear, bring us back up to the top. All right, so the next thing we're going to install is the Triton. So that's Triton, and that's just a GPU kernel for optimization. It's used by PyTorch and some LLMs. We're going to do safe tensors, and basically that just, make sure that we're using secure models, loading formats. And then we're going to do accelerate, which is a Hugging Face tool to help manage the GPU, CPU, multi-device training, and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and hit enter, and we'll just go ahead and get that installed. Once that's installed, we'll just hit clear. And the last thing that we have to do is we got to install the requirement package. So we do pip install -r to read, and then we'll do the requirements.txt. And the requirements.txt comes from the GitHub page, and that's where they put all the packages that they say is required to make this program work. So it's just a text file with all the Python packages in there. So we'll hit enter, and we'll go ahead and make sure that that gets installed. Okay, so now we have everything installed. So we're going to hit clear to kind of bring that back up to the top. And if everything works, we should be able to do Python main.py. And then we're going to make sure that we're listening on 0.0.0.0. And then we'll hit enter. And if everything works, and it looks like it's working, it should come up right here. And we have this link right here. So we're going to click on that. And then what's going to happen is we'll bring it over here. And it says, can't reach the page. Well, that's because it's looking for locally, your local host on the Spark itself, and we're on our Windows box. So what we're going to end up having to do is we're just going to change these zeros to what we named our Spark. And for me, I named mine Mad Spark. And if I hit enter, and there it is, it brings up my ComfyUI. So getting it installed is really as simple as that. The next thing we're going to really have to do is we're going to have to install some of these models and extra downloads that were going to be required to get this to work. So let's do this. Let's go to the templates. And what I like to do is I want to go to the videos because I want to create videos. And then for runs on, I don't want external or remote API. I just want the ComfyUI. And we have all these different models down here that we can choose from. Up here in the default, I can do the VRAM, low to high. I can do model size, low to high. If we click on that, it just tells you kind of what the larger models are. The one I'm going to try is this LTX2 text to video. So I'll click on this, and then it's going to tell me that I'm missing models. And you're like, oh, well, that's pretty easy. I could just go up here and hit the download button. And I do that, and it starts downloading to my Windows box. It doesn't download to my Spark. Now, sure, I could sit there and download it here and then transfer it over to my Spark, but who wants to do that? That's just going to take way too much time. All right, so what you want to end up doing is you want to kind of open up another terminal. So here I am in my terminal, and what I want to do is I want to go to my Python projects. I want to go to my ComfyUI. And I know that if I do CD models, now I'm in a model folder, and that's where all these models need to be installed. So the easiest way to do this, what I found out, is we can do wget-o. And then down here for this checkpoint, I will copy this checkpoint over just like this. And I'll hit that copy. And I am going to go back to my terminal. And I'm going to paste that in there. And once I paste that in there, then I'm going to put a quote. And then I'm going to go back here and hit copy URL. And I got my URL copy. And then I am going to paste that in there just like that, and then close my quote. And I'm going to hit enter. and it says, checkpoint is a directory. So, why? Oh, you know why? I do know why. I forgot one thing. So, when I paste this in here, I got these spaces up like this. So I have to hit the backspace, and I have to hit the backspace like that. So now I got the checkpoints, which is a directory, and then I have the slash, and then I have the model name right here. Now if I hit enter, now it's going to download everything. So it was just a typo on my part, and I'll show you this one more time. That way, you'll see it without the typos, and then we'll kind of go from there, and then I'll do the rest in the background. Okay, so that downloaded. Now we have to go to the next one, right? So if you remember, and this is wget -o, and then we're going to copy this checkpoint here on the second one for the text encoders. I'm going to copy that, paste that in the terminal, and if you remember, this text encoders is a folder, so we need to bring that back to the slash, and then take out that space, and then this here is the name of the file that we're downloading. So then we'll hit copy URL, go back to our terminal, put in our quotes, paste that in there, close out our quotes, and hit enter, and then I'll start downloading that into the text encoder folder. And we just have to do that for each and every one. So I'm going to do it for all these, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. Got everything installed. So I'll just go ahead and close this one terminal out. I don't need to see this, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. And this is the default text to video. If everything's working, I should be able to just hit this run command. But I do want to show you this model library, because if I click on this and I'll hit refresh, and I know that I loaded like the text encoder, I know I loaded a checkpoint, so I can actually see the models that I loaded in here. So if you're ever in doubt if it loaded or not, you can go to these models and kind of check. But again, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to hit this run command over here, and it's just going to test this model out, and then we should get a close-up of a cheerful girl puppet singing "It's Raining, It's Raining," and it will work, and then we'll be able to go in and change these prompts, make Bigfoot videos or something. Okay, so we're back. We have our little puppet that kind of came up like it should. So let's kind of test her out.
It's raining, I love it when it's raining. It's raining.
Alright, so that kind of worked as intended. And getting ComfyUI on the Spark, we can use it. It's really as easy as that. So leave in the comments on what type of videos that you're going to make with it, and then kind of let me know. Alright, till next time.
Like and subscribe.